Hello guys, welcome to the second season of Peasant to Pope. We are with Patria in Serie C and we avoided relegation by playouts. Now we are heading to a very nice and interesting transfer window. Let's see who did we got. Just before we go through the list of players who we brought on and players who we sold, please subscribe and leave us a like if you like this content, because we will continue to produce episodes of Peasant to Pope and also some other very nice episodes. We should start with the two loans that we made available also for this season. First one is Mattia Zanotti from Inter. He is a very good right back, wing back and also right midfielder, so I think he's very good at various positions, versatile, a perfectionist, so very good personality, very good determination. He is a guy for the future, but I don't know if we will be able to keep him for much longer. We were able to prolong his loan for 1 year, so he will be here until he will be 20 years old. Very good, I think, first option for our right back. The other one is Tommaso Baldanzi, who is probably the best attacker that we have, the best number 9 or false 9 or advanced forward, whatever we will decide to play him. Probably as false 9, he can play also as a number 10. We played him a lot as a number 10 in last season, so we were able to prolong his contract. He's one of the best players in the squad. We pay him 40.5k per year, which is ridiculously cheap, if you ask me, for the attributes that he has. So now we're going through the list of players that we brought in this summer. We have quite a few players. We are very close to deadline day, but let me show you who did we actually bring in. Elia Benedetti, a very good goalkeeper for Serie C level, coming on a free. He was playing for Cesena in Serie C also, but was not really the first team goalkeeper. He was in the past. He has a couple of games in Serie B also. Patrick Peda, it's a loan from Spal, and this guy, we need to take a look at him. He doesn't progress very well, but he's a 20-year-old Polish who I think can do a very nice career with us. He played with Spal in Serie B as a substitute mainly, so he wasn't the starter, but I think Patrick Peda will be the starter for us at center back for the full season, so I really expect him to perform. Jair Hakmat, it's a Dutch central defender that he will be probably not a starter, but close to there, probably our third option at center back or something like this, coming from Lecce on a loan. Then we have Domenico La Ragione on a free transfer. He can play all of these roles behind the striker, and he can also play as a striker. He has decent finishing and dribbling, decent work rate, and decent decisions. I like his physically attributes, but mostly his pace and acceleration. I think he can provide some very good backup on all these positions behind the striker and also for the striker role. Then Lorenzo Lolo is probably the best signing and most important signing that we did during this transfer window. He's a ball-winning midfielder, but he can also play as a playmaker. He is quite at good level compared to Serie C. Now if we look at his stats as a playmaker, first touch, passing, technique, very decent. I like all his mental attributes. He will be our star signing, I hope, for this season. 31 years old, he doesn't get any younger, but I think taking him in for 45 to 49k, it's quite decent. Going forward, we have two more loans from teams that are in Serie A. So from Lecce, Momo, it's a left winger. He's Finnish and he's playing as a left winger, but also all these roles behind the striker. Cesare Casadei will be a first team starter most probably. He's playing as a central midfielder, attack or mezzala. He's generally a very good playmaker, good technique, good passing, good decisions. very good off the ball and quite decent work rate and vision. Then acceleration, stamina, the things that he needs to be a good central midfielder, attack or a playmaker. Very good stamina, very good balance. He is also quite tall, so he has good jumping reach. He's very good at heading, so he can also win aerial balls in case it's needed. And he can play in this number 10 role, which we will probably play him from time to time. After Cesare Casadei, we have Gabriele Gallo, who is a right winger that we brought in for the first team. Doesn't have especially high attributes, only maybe first touch and acceleration, good pace, very good pace if we're looking at this. So as a right winger, let's say on a more attacking one, he has good pace and good acceleration, so he can run down the right side very well. We have made also a few sales here. We sold Sean Parker and Stefano Molinari, who were players that we didn't really use in the starting 11, even though Stefano Molinari is one for the future, only 22 years old, quite a decent central defender, but we didn't really use him. He was a little bit upset about that, and we decided to sell him, and we got quite an important amount from Vibonese, 35k right away, and 42 for the future. Of course, Sean Parker, 24-year-old Italian attacker that we had as a backup last year, we decided to sell him also to Vibonese. They paid 19.5k up front with a possible 25.5. So I think it's a quite good amount, and we used this amount to fund some of these incoming players. 71k incoming money, 57 spent. We are good from a financial standpoint. Will we be doing any more transfers? To be honest, I don't think so, but let's see what we did in the league so far. So far in the league, we, after 3 very good friendlies, we were able to get only 3 points from Este, a newly promoted team. We started with a match against Pro Vercelli, one of the favorites in Serie A to be promoted, where we played really well. I can say we managed to equalize at 1-1 and then at 2-2, but they managed a goal in the 86th minute. I think we played a very good football here, but we were a little bit unlucky also. We could have got 1 point with this very good team, Pro Vercelli, who is of course a favorite for promotion. Then we lost 1-0 to Renate. They scored a goal in the 68th minute, even though I think that with avoiding this send-off for Gabriele Gallo, a player that we brought in this summer, if we could avoid that and if we could have come back with a better response to their goal, probably we would have a chance to take at least 1 point from this match. Third match against Este was, let's say, piece of cake. We managed to score 2 goals in the first 17 minutes by Leonardo Stanzani, our right winger, and Cesare Casadei, which I just showed you from Inter. Then Tommaso Baldanzi, of course, probably our best player, closed here the affair by scoring the 3rd goal. They came back with a goal in 83rd minute, finished 3-1 for us away at Este. So we were struggling a little bit at home, and we will try to kind of fix that, because we have 2 more home games against Südtirol and Crema. If we want to look at the tactics, this is how we are kind of planning to play this year. We started with a direct counter-attack, 4-2-3-1, with Zanotti as a wingback, Peda and Boffelli at the center of defense, Pizzul on the left side, and then central midfielders, Luca Bertoni, who is the captain of the team this year. We took out Gianluca Nico and he becomes just the vice captain. He's quite unhappy because we sold Stefano Molinari, but he's probably the only one unhappy about this, and I think he wants to leave at the end of his contract, which is end of this season. He's 34, so we will next summer he will be 35. We will probably let him go at the end of this season. without any hard feelings, but we will keep him as a backup center mid because he's quite good, still quite good. Then Lolo, of course, our signing of the season, Lorenzo Lolo, who will provide here all the passes as a mezzala. He will be the main creative force, I would say. Then Stanzani as a right winger, Momo as a left winger, our Loani from Lecce, Finnish guy. Then Casadei also here in the number 10 spot as a shadow striker, and then Baldanzi as an advanced forward. Of course, we have some other strikers, Domenico Laragione, which I showed you earlier, that we got in for free. He can play as a striker, but he is injured. Also Davide Castelli, who we had as our main striker last season, it's also injured, so it's a little bit tough to find someone who can play better than Baldanzi. This is pretty much the team that we have. You can say that we probably don't have so many backups in attack, and we can see this after the injuries of these two players, but this is the team that we have. These are the instructions that we are following. We may change some of this depending on opposition. The intensity is quite high for this league because what we are requiring of them is to trigger press and keep a higher line of engagement, of course, and also these counters and distribute quickly, who are impacting a little bit the intensity. We are requiring intensity from them, but I think that we have quite a young squad and quite good, so that we can make a good overall season in Serie C A this year. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, and see you next time.